Welcome back to Taste Tested Kitchen. Today I'll show you how to make my favorite cinnamon rolls. Here's what you'll need. 4½ teaspoons of instant yeast, half a cup of sugar, 1½ cup warm milk, half a cup of melted butter, 3 beaten eggs, 6 cups of bread flour, a mixer, paddle attachment and dough hook. For the filling, 1 cup room temperature butter, half a cup of sugar, half a cup of brown sugar, 4 tablespoons of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon vanilla. Start by pouring your yeast, sugar, and warm milk into the mixing bowl. Your milk should be between 110 and 115 degrees Fahrenheit. Allow the yeast to bloom or foam for 3 minutes. Add the paddle attachment and slowly mix in the butter and the eggs. Replace the paddle attachment with the dough hook. You're going to slowly add in the bread flour. I prefer bread flour because it allows the cinnamon rolls to have that chewy texture while the eggs give it that soft fluffiness. When you have about 1/4 cup of flour left, check the dough to see how sticky it is. If it sticks to your fingers, add more flour and mix. You don't want the dough to be overly sticky because you're going to knead this by hand in just a moment. Sprinkle some flour over a clean work surface. Pour the dough out onto the flour and begin to knead it. I like the fold and roll method. I take the dough, fold it in half, and roll it, then repeat. I do this for about 5 minutes. If you don't have the strength to knead the dough, you can do this in the mixer with the dough hook. Kneading the dough allows it to rise properly. Take a large bowl and spray it with non-stick spray, and then cover it with a clean dish towel for an hour, allowing the dough to rise to double its size. Now let's make the filling. Mix the butter and the 2 sugars together. Add the cinnamon, carefully mixing this so you don't inhale a lot of cinnamon dust. Now add a teaspoon of vanilla. This is going to add just a little extra flavor to that filling. After an hour, your dough should have doubled in size. Divide your dough into 2 equal pieces and take half of it out of the bowl. Flour your work surface and begin to roll the dough out. You're going to make this into a 14 by 16 inch rectangle. It'll be about 1/4 inch thick when you're done. It may seem thin, but this is going to give you enough surface area to really allow that filling to shine through. Begin spreading the filling with either the back of a spoon or an offset spatula. Spread it thin enough to cover the entire surface, edge to edge. The reason I use a paste-like filling is so it doesn't spill out as I'm rolling up the dough. Begin at the top, slowly rolling the dough down. Go ahead and pinch the ends closed. Divide the roll in half, then into quarters, and then each quarter into 3 equal pieces. Place them onto a parchment-lined baking sheet. I use a 13 by 18 inch pan, but you're welcome to use two 9 by 13 inch pans. Repeat the process with the rest of the dough and the filling. This makes 24 good-sized cinnamon rolls. Try to space them out as equally as possible. I set some of the smaller end pieces next to some of the bigger center pieces. Cover the pan with a clean dish towel and allow them to rise for 20 minutes. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Now that they've risen a second time, bake the cinnamon rolls for 22 minutes. When the cinnamon rolls are done, the center spirals will have popped up out of the middle of the roll. They'll be golden brown. You may see some sizzling and bubbling sugar around the edge of the pan, so be careful. For the icing, you're going to take 2 cups of powdered sugar and 1/2 cup to 3/4 of a cup heavy whipping cream. Slowly drizzle the cream into the powdered sugar, whisking as you go. If you like a thicker consistency, only use 1/2 cup of cream. Add 1 teaspoon of vanilla and spoon or drizzle the icing over the warm rolls. I like to ice the cinnamon rolls when they're still warm because the icing melts and gets inside of the spirals. The roll is tender and fluffy. Each bite makes you smile as you taste the swirls of cinnamon and sugar. This is a crowd pleaser, and it's great for large gatherings or family events. Enjoy!